So we call this a lab.
This is our lab, yeah. This is, you know, we started, you saw the systems were in pots in there, and then we went to these concrete pillars for the bases, and then we decided, well, we took it another step. Every step gives us a breakthrough. So now we've eliminated the pots, and we're hanging our systems. They're hanging, they're vertical, and each one of these tubes will hold 50 heads of lettuce. So in this greenhouse here alone, we can produce 20,000 heads of lettuce every 60 days. And we've done this, I built this all myself with a few extra carpenter helpers. But it's all, the watering system is overhead, so it will drip right in from this tube straight into the system. And it's all automatic. It runs at for about 5 minutes every 3 hours. Very little water, very efficient use of water. And we only run it during the daytime, we don't run it at night. And we're using a Paralite, which you see in the market as our medium now, instead of horse compost. People are so concerned about pathogens these days, you know, diseases that get into the food system through using, you know, animal fertilizers. Well, we've just completely eliminated that. This is an organic material. It's an obsidian that's been put together, and so it's a clean medium, and all of the nutrients come through our water system we're using a liquid worm casing. We're using also fish emulsion, and we're making our own tea. It's it's called nutrient tea. So we're making that ourselves. So everything that we're putting into the systems is organic and healthy.
So this is how big it is. So this is where the fund is needed to be finished.
Yeah, this will be filled with tubes.
To show how the prototype successfully finished and develop the system where it can be packaged. And
so once we get through this first phase, this system here will produce $300 a day.
How big is this again?
This is 100 by 20. It's between the two areas that the one we just came from and this one, it's 1/10 of an acre. An acre is 44,000 square feet. So if you multiply it by 10, what we can do in these two areas, we can grow approximately 40,000 heads of lettuce. We're just talking, we want to talk lettuce. And if you were to multiply that by 10, we could grow 300,000 heads of lettuce in an acre every 90 days.
Have you tried other vegetables besides tomato, cucumber, and
herbs are really big. We grow a lot of different herbs.
That's a whole new market there, right there.
I mean, basil, I can't keep enough basil, and the basil grows great in these tubes. You know, so those types of things, cilantro. I mean, fresh cilantro, people love that, and you can't get organic fresh cilantro. It's very difficult. So herbs, and you know, we're experimenting all the time. You know, and I believe that once we get going on the process, we'll be able to grow any kind of vegetable we want from these vertical tubes.
So exciting. So this is the beginning of every cycle?
I mean, this is where, you know, a lot of the starters get started in here. As you can see, we have our new lettuce coming out down here at that end. These are the strawberries, are rooting in here. We like to root the strawberries once we take them out of the pots. And we root them first before we put them in the tube, so they just take hold right away. And this lettuce that's down here is about 12 days old now. So we're putting it in the tubes already, the tubes that you've seen. And so in 60 days, less than 60 days, probably in about 45 days, we'll start picking the leaves. So it goes from seed to a product that goes to the market in about 45 days, which is pretty quick.
Yes.
And so then it'll produce for another 45 days before it's finished. And so you get 45 days of production out of the lettuce by picking the leaves, which is better than waiting for the heads to come on. Because each one of these tubes, we can produce a 1/4 pound of lettuce leaves a day. So if you have 300 of them, you know, with lettuce in them, you can see that we can produce, almost 100 pounds of lettuce a day. And at $6 a pound, that reaches our goal here in this one greenhouse of our, goes beyond, our $300 a day, which we're trying to achieve here. And so
less use of resources,
less use of
more production, less
labor,
space,
less labor, less space, completely less.
You don't have
space.
to repeat the plant every year your tomato.
Just
the same tree will produce.
Absolutely.
This is a winner.
I sure hope so. I mean, we're looking at it that way. And everybody I've talked to believes the same thing. That, and then, again, once we get this pilot program done, we're going to start building these one acre greenhouses everywhere. And again, that's 10 times the size of what you've just taken, a video of. We're at 4,000 square feet here, what we're doing. And in this 4,000 square feet, more than likely, once we get it all going, we'll be able to produce between $500 and $1,000 a day.